Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 199.
We got up early today planning to open Magic Kingdom. Really excited about taking some pictures there with our photographer friend today. And of course we're at Contemporary, so we can walk over to Magic Kingdom. Super convenient. And I know that I really need a haircut. So we decided to kill two birds with one stone, get some pictures of me getting a haircut. I'm kind of like a week or more overdue now. And Alyssa wanted to get her bangs trimmed. So we got there at 9 o'clock at Harmony Barber Shop in Magic Kingdom. Said, hey, we want to get on the walk-up list to get a haircut. Is there any availability in the morning preferably? And they said, actually, yeah, if you come back in about 30 minutes or so, we'll probably have a spot for you because we're looking pretty open around 9:30, 9:45. So we just kind of wandered around on Main Street, walked up to Starbucks and got a drink and watched the trolley show as they were performing and kind of killed a little bit of time until it was our turn to go back to Harmony Barber Shop. And sure enough, they could get us in. So I finally got to get a haircut that I've been waiting on. And of course, our friend was taking pictures the whole time. And then Alyssa got her hair trimmed as well.
After our appointments there, we did head out to take some pictures in Magic Kingdom, and we went over to the green because there's shade there. It's very hot this morning, so we were looking for shade, and we were trying to be out of the way from other people because it is towards the beginning of the day, so a lot of people are still coming into the park. And we tried taking a photo where Robert picked me up. You know, it seems so cute when everyone else does it. And our photographer made sure to document the entire moment Robert decided to surprise me and pick me up. And it was actually hilarious to see these photos afterwards. We did end up with a cute one as well, but I actually prefer the ones beforehand because they're just so funny and they're more us. And to continue staying in the shade and stay out of the way from other people, we actually took some pictures sitting down by Casey's Corner, just drinking Starbucks and sitting there talking. Just some really cute photos, some staged and some just of us being silly, like the ones of Robert making faces at the camera while the photographer was trying to take cute pictures of us. After we took pictures here, we walked over because we did want to get some PhotoPass pictures because we love taking PhotoPass pictures. And so we went in front of the castle and our friend actually took pictures of the PhotoPass photographer taking a picture of us. So I'm not sure how that works or what that's called.
Some kind of photo inception thing.
I'm not really sure. But we also got to see what we look like when a magic shot is taken, and you kind of look like a crazy person as it turns out, but we did get a cool magic shot because we got a picture with Aladdin's lamp. This is the same one my sister and I got in Morocco over in Epcot, but they apparently can do it here in Magic Kingdom as well. So this was really cool because we didn't even know they did it in this park. So we did get a magic shot, and of course we got the pictures from our photographer friend and from the PhotoPass photographer. After this, it was time for our friend and his wife to take their son to Harmony Barber Shop to get his first haircut. He was so cute. He's never had a haircut, so they didn't know how he was going to react. But he had a little toy to play with, and they do such a great job at Harmony Barber Shop, making sure that the kids feel comfortable and that everything's okay, that they're settled. So he just played, and he did such a good job, and he looked so cute when it was all done, and they got the cutest pictures of him.
While they were doing that, we decided to try something brand new to us here in Magic Kingdom. Right next door to the barber shop is the fire station. And that is where, at the time, you could get the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom cards. And we have never played the game before. We decided this morning was going to be our first time. We're going to give it a shot. So we went over there and, of course, had to talk to the cast member and get instructions on how to play the game. And they had to tell us where to go and what to do. Got our first packs of cards for Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, which is completely free. So that's kind of awesome, a free game to play at Walt Disney World. And we asked them if we could play there on Main Street in the main hub area and on Main Street so we don't have to go into like Adventureland or something while they're getting their haircut. We did finish an entire round. It took us about 20 minutes, which is apparently a right amount of time for a first haircut there at Harmony Barber Shop. Had a ton of fun with this, and we're definitely going to go back and play some more, hopefully collect all the cards, because it's a really cool, fun game to do.
And again, anything free at Disney World, we're definitely all on board for. And they do have a really cool booklet where you can go and trade cards. So if you do end up getting the same card that you already have, you can go and look through the booklet and trade for one you don't have. So it's really amazing, and we had no idea that there were all these really cool things with Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Unfortunately, Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom is no longer offered in Magic Kingdom.
Very sad.
We were very sad when they took this away, but it was a lot of fun while they had it. Once we were done playing Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom and their son was done getting his haircut, we did regroup and decide to take the monorail back to Contemporary. It is getting busier in the park. It's also getting hotter out here.
Very hot.
And we want to make sure that we take the day pretty slow because we have a very late night ahead of us. We're very excited about it, but it's still going to be a very late night. So we took the monorail back to Contemporary and grabbed some lunch.
We went to the Contempo Cafe. We've never eaten here, actually. We've stayed here at the resort a couple times, but never eaten at the quick service somehow. So we decided to get a few different things. Alyssa looked at the Italian beef and thought it looked pretty good.
Of course.
I agree. It looked really good and actually tasted really good too. That was probably one of my favorite things that we got. The turkey BLT was good, but I mean, it's just a BLT for the most part. And then there was the burger, the smokehouse burger that had like a bacon marmalade on top and an onion ring. It was pretty good for a quick service burger, I'll give it that, but it wasn't like my favorite burger on property. I would probably go with the Italian beef if I could do it over again, just because I feel like it had more flavor. After we finished eating, we headed back to our room, and I finally got to shower from having a haircut. I had these little hairs like stuck all over me, and it was nap time because we have, like she said, a very late night tonight. Tonight is Moonlight Magic for DVC members at Animal Kingdom. We've not done the Animal Kingdom one yet. We're super excited about this. We've loved every Moonlight Magic we've gone to, been some of our favorite events, so we're pumped about going and taking our friends with us tonight. But with an event time from 9 to midnight, and we already opened the park this morning, it would make for a very, very long day, especially for the little one who was there with us, so we all decided it would be a good idea to join him and have a nap in the middle of the day.
After our much needed nap that we all thoroughly enjoyed, we changed from what we were wearing and got ready to go to Animal Kingdom. We did take the bus over to Animal Kingdom. We got here early before the event actually starts because that's something we did learn from the first time we went to Moonlight Magic. You can get food early. There are a couple other things you can do beforehand so that you don't have to wait for that time to start. When we got to Animal Kingdom, we got special wristbands because you do have to have a wristband to be able to stay in the park later. And we got the booklet that tells us what special characters they have. And we love seeing the special characters that they bring in for Moonlight Magic. We never know who they're gonna have, which makes it a really cool surprise. And they went all out with the characters today. We also got a meal ticket so that we can get a free quick service meal for each of us, including their son, who's very young, which was a big surprise because we've never taken kids to one of these events. So we had no idea that they get a meal ticket as well. And we got something that we have not gotten at any other Moonlight Magic event. We got a special pass so we can play one of the games in Dinoland, and we have never played a game in Dinoland before, so we're really excited about this.
I know they're just carnival games, but I mean, you
still
still want to
fun.
play them, right? So we do have a ticket to play that later. We're going to make sure we use those before we leave. But like we said, we get there early to take care of a few things first, and the first thing on my list for Moonlight Magic is always the merchandise. So we headed over to the store to see what they had for this particular Moonlight Magic. It turns out they had a shirt and a hat, so I had to get both of those. And they had a tumbler, and then they had those board games. We got some of the board games last time, but this time they had Jenga, which we already got, and they had a Mickey Mouse 90th anniversary DVC Yahtzee, which they didn't have at the last Moonlight Magic. So we bought everything we wanted to buy, and then had it sent to the front of the park for pickup later because I don't want to carry it around for the entire party. From there, the next order of business was getting our quick service meals. Alyssa decided that she wanted to go to Cetuli Canteen for hers, and our friend's wife agreed. So we walked over to Pandora and got in line at Cetuli Canteen.
They were actually incredibly busy when we got here. They had already run out of beef, and the park hasn't even closed yet, and the party hasn't even started yet. So I actually got the shrimp and noodles, which were really good. I personally prefer the beef here, but like I said, they had already run out of that, and the shrimp is still really good. While we were waiting in line, we actually got to see them refill the grill that they have because there's glass there. You can watch them cook the meat that they're making for everyone. And it was so cool to see them like lift it up, put the wood in, bring it back down. Like, this is so amazing to watch. And normally you don't get to see them cook quick service meals especially. So this was really neat. And our friend did get a salad. She said it was really good. I was very much enjoying my noodles and shrimp, so I didn't try it, but she said the salad was very enjoyable.
Our photographer friend and I decided that we did not want Cetuli Canteen. We want Flame Tree Barbecue because I can get that big 3-meat sampler plate and the pulled pork mac and cheese, and we can just kind of share between the 2 plates and have more than enough barbecue for both of us. So we walked over there, and there was another huge line for us to wait in, moving very, very, very slowly, and we have no idea why. So we just stood there in line waiting for the food, and when we realized how slowly it was moving, we decided that Alyssa and I would go and get a Mickey bar and a popsicle for her, and then come back and have dinner because the line's moving so slowly we should be able to get one and come back before they're there to order. When we got over to the location for the Mickey bars, which is actually the Starbucks, it's the only place in all of Animal Kingdom to get a Mickey bar for this party. The line was insane. It was absolutely huge, went out both sides of the building, but it was moving very quickly. They were very efficient in getting them handed out. You just had to kind of snake around and get into the building. It took us about 10 minutes to finally get our Mickey bars, but I got Mickey bar number 1 of the night, and Alyssa got Popsicle number 1 of the night.
And they also allowed us to grab a couple Mickey bars for our friends. We headed back to meet them and found out why the line was taking so long at Flame Tree. They'd actually run out of ribs, and so they were cooking them as quickly as they could, but they had such a back order of people ordering ribs that it was taking longer for them to get all the orders out. They did finally get our order, and of course they were very excited because they have that huge 3-meat plate with chicken, pulled pork ribs, a side of baked beans, and the pulled pork mac and cheese, which is really, really good.
And who cares if we ate dessert first? Because we're gonna have a chance to eat more Mickey bars throughout the night. Why not start things off with one before you eat dinner? After we quickly ate our dinner, we decided to head on into the park and see if we could find some of those characters to take pictures with. Right by Flame Tree Barbecue, they had Russell and Doug, as they usually do, but tonight, Carl was joining them. He had his little walker, and he also had a scooter that he could ride around on. It was really awesome to see them, but their line was really, really long. So we decided just to take a picture of them and then move on. We started walking over towards where the executive meetup was, which was starting in just a couple minutes. So we wanted to go over there and say hi to the DVC executives. You never know who's going to be there. We always like to just go and chat and thank them for Moonlight Magic and let them know, like, hey, we really like Moonlight Magic. You should do more Moonlight Magic. This is really good. So we went over there, talked to them for just a minute or two, and then swung by Starbucks again to get another Mickey bar because I can never have enough Mickey bars. And right by Starbucks, they had Baloo and Mowgli. So we noticed, okay, that's where they are. They have a long line too because the Mickey bar people are like getting in line for Baloo and Mowgli, then grabbing a Mickey bar. We'll come back to them a little bit later once it dies down a little bit over here.
We headed over to the Finding Nemo the Musical building because there are 2 characters that we both decided we love those characters. They're super rare. We love the movie. And it doesn't matter how long the line is, those are the characters we want to get pictures with. And that was Coda and Kenai from Brother Bear. And I grew up watching Brother Bear all the time with my brothers. We all agreed on that movie and loved that movie. So it was one of those we watched over and over again. And the songs and the story, I just love it so much. And since we both love the movie, we're like, okay, doesn't matter how long the line is, we're gonna get in it and we're gonna stay in this line until we get to see them. We were about 3 families away as we waited in the line, and they both left. And we were like, are they coming back? And it took about 10 minutes and Coda came back, but we were told that Kenai got lost in the woods. They could not find him, unfortunately. And so we did get pictures with Coda, but we didn't get any pictures with Kenai. We were so disappointed because we waited so long in the line for both of them. Now, I will say between the 2, Coda's definitely the cuter one, so I am glad we got pictures with Coda, but we really wanted pictures with both of them because they are brothers and we love their story.
Yeah, apparently Kenai's really bad at being a bear. He just goes off to find some berries or something and then just gets lost. But maybe next time, maybe next Moonlight Magic at Animal Kingdom, we can see both of them together. Since that whole experience with Coda and Kenai took a little longer than we planned, we're kind of running out of time in the night. The characters all go in at a half hour till the end of the party. So 11:30, it is now after 11 o'clock, which means we really only have time to wait in line for one more character. But we both had characters we wanted to see. So we're kind of trying to figure out how to make this work. We finally decided just to split up. So I went to go see the character that I wanted to see, and then Alyssa went to go see the character she wanted to see. I chose to go see Flick and Princess Ada from A Bug's Life. They had a really short line, surprisingly, and I got to go up there and see both of them. And since the line went so quickly, I went over to get another Mickey bar because, yeah, why not? It's not that far of a walk, and I could always use a 3rd Mickey bar.
And while he was taking pictures with Flick and Princess Ada, I went to see Tarzan, who isn't necessarily the character I was there to see, because Turk was also there, and Turk has to be one of the best characters in the Tarzan movie. I mean, the lines that Turk says are amazing, so I was there to take pictures with them. My line was longer than his, so it did take a little longer, but it was totally worth it because I got amazing pictures with them and just had so much fun. After we got pictures with our characters, it was time for all of them to go in, but we still have 30 more minutes of Moonlight Magic, so we can still do other things, just not take pictures with characters. we decided to go use those little coupons we have to play a game because we do want to make sure we do that. We've never played the games in Dinoland, so that is something we want to do. And there'll be 2 things in one day we've never done before. So we headed over to Dinoland. There were long lines for pretty much all the games, so we had to choose which one we wanted to play.
I think everyone had the same idea we did, do everything else and then do the carnival game last. So it probably wasn't the best idea for us to wait and do that, but we did get in line, we did wait. We played the game where you have to shoot the squirt gun and try to make the little thing go up the... Yeah, we didn't win.
Neither of us did.
We're not very good at that
really
game,
sad.
apparently.
While we were playing the game, our friends did decide to go get a final Mickey bar because they really wanted to get one more. And they also grabbed one for Robert because...
3's not enough, you know? You gotta have a 4th Mickey bar sometimes.
I mean, they're free, so it's really hard to say no to those because they do cost a decent amount, and when you can get them for free, you really appreciate them. Robert decided to play another game because we do have the tickets from our friends. They didn't necessarily care to play. And I went over to Restaurantosaurus because we do have one final quick service meal we can get, and it is almost midnight, so we won't be able to use it again after this. And so I got the shrimp and chicken basket. We're just gonna take it home. None of us are hungry right now. Between the Mickey bars, the popsicles, the food we ate, we are definitely not hungry, but it'll be nice to reheat this tomorrow. After I got out of the restaurant, I actually saw Donald and Daisy out doing a little dance party, and I was like, okay, I definitely have to watch this. And I say Donald and Daisy were doing a dance party. Daisy was doing a dance party. Donald wanted nothing to do with this, but it made for the best videos ever. They were so much fun to watch, and this was actually a really great way to end the night for me because I got to see them just totally messing around but having a really good time. We all decided to rendezvous at the front of the park over by the ECV rentals because that's where we're picking up our merchandise we got.
And I will say I'm really glad we sent our merchandise to the front of the park instead of carrying it around because we've had a lot of running around today and we've had a lot of time spent in lines we didn't want to be in necessarily, so I'm glad I didn't have to carry a bag through all of that. Once we got our merchandise picked up, we did head back to the buses and took a bus back over to Contemporary. Of course, at this point, it's very late at night, so we went back to the room and went to bed because we are exhausted after a very long day, and that is the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.